Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Lone Star Chick Plans and we are back with another video. It feels like it's been a long time since I've put out a video. Life has just been lifing. We've been traveling and just work has gotten a little crazy this week and just never got a chance to be able to film since I've been back. So I just wanted to recap paycheck number 2 for May today, and then in my next video I'll have the June budget video. So let's get into the May budget. So as you guys can see here, we started with rollover $122.53. We're ending with $54.38 of rollover, and that is probably already spent in June, I'm pretty sure. But it's nice to have a little bit left over. We didn't intend to, but we just didn't end up spending everything that we budgeted for. So we'll just get into the rest of it. We have a lot to go over. It's going to be probably a lengthy video, but let's get into the numbers. So for income, so we had a bunch of stuff going on this month. So we traveled to Washington to see my daughter. If you're not familiar with my channel, if you haven't watched a video before, my daughter is military and she's stationed in Washington. It had been almost a year to the day that we last saw her, and so it was kind of, you know, big deal for both sides to be able to see her. So we did spend just about a week there with her, and it was a long week. We didn't do a whole lot because we were pretty much based around her schedule. She wasn't able to get time off, so we were able to just see her when she wasn't at work and when she wasn't sleeping. So it ended up being a few hours in the morning and then a few hours really late at night when she would get back home. So we took what we could get, and we were just happy to be there and see her and be able to spend some time with her. So we did take that trip, and then we also we had 2 birthdays this month, which was my husband's birthday and my daughter's birthday. They are a week apart on birthdays, so May tends to be a more spendy month because of those 2 things. Plus Mother's Day, but Mother's Day I just kind of get shuffled out because it's their birthdays are right around that time. So normally Mother's Day we don't do a whole lot normally, so you know, that's pretty cool. That's okay. My birthday's in June, so my birthday is this month, so I'm excited about that. But in May we are also traveling next weekend to Dallas, Texas. So we're going out of town again for a little short weekend trip. We're going with friends, and we're going to go to a car show, see some stuff, and just kind of hang out and enjoy the weekend. Because it's summer, it's June, and we just want to get out, and so we're going to take a short weekend trip. So some of the spending you guys will see in my video is us planning that trip and making some plans for that week. So I have that going on. We also I can't think of anything really significant that happened other than I was able to make some side hustle income, so that was great. I can't think of really anything else that's outstanding this month other than that. So I just wanted to share with you guys that the links to this budget sheet that I use, which there's an updated version from this version that I originally bought, is always linked below in my videos. So if you like what you see, jump on it and get one for yourself, and you know, do your budget with me. Take out your spreadsheets, let's do our budgets together. Let's close these budgets out, you know, every time we get paid, whether that's bi-weekly, weekly, semi-monthly like myself. Right now we are currently budgeting for pretty much a family of 3 plus a puppy dog, and so that's 4 of us. And then yeah, so got my son at home. I married my husband, so it's me, my husband, my son, and a dog. So that's who we are in the household. So not too many people, but obviously that doesn't really matter when prices are high. You might as well be a family of 10. So yeah, so what I'm going to show you is this, you know, what I normally use, which is a spreadsheet. I just love it. It has just enough space for everything that I usually need. This works for me. It's easy. I can take it on the go because I do save it in my Google Drive, so I can have access to it anywhere that I am, and I can update on the go when I spend. So doing these closeouts is, you know, not really too difficult because I kind of update as I go. So as I'm spending, I'm updating because I can have it in my hands on my phone and just zoom in and update when I can. And sometimes it's like every couple days or every other day. It just depends on what's going on. But work is about to get busy for me the next couple of weeks, because if you guys are not familiar, I'm an accountant and we work around the closing schedule, which is normally the first couple of weeks of the month, and so that time is a little bit busy for me. So I try to get my budget done early, make sure everything's paid, because once those 2 weeks come around, everything just kind of gets shut down because I have to block everything out to get work done, and my days are long and the hours are short. So I'll try to just get everything done ahead of time as much as possible, and that includes like grocery shopping, meal planning, doing all that. So that's kind of what June is going to be kind of looking like for the next couple of weeks. Plus we're going on a weekend trip next weekend, so yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on right now. We don't have any other trips other than this weekend trip right now currently on the horizon. We are talking about maybe doing something for Thanksgiving, but haven't looked into it yet because I just haven't had time. So we may look at doing something then, because this month we also have my cousin's wedding, so I'll be participating in that. So some of my spending this month may include stuff that I need to get for that, so we'll have to see how that goes too. So let's wrap up this May budget. So we started with rollover of $122.53. We are ending with $54.38. And let's see, for income, got our regular paycheck was $2,082.65. My son contributed $200. So this is money we got back from our friends to pay their portion of our Airbnb that we purchased for the weekend trip to Dallas next weekend. So it's a group of us going, so we're all staying in the same, like a big house, and so this was everybody contributing their portion of it. So this is them reimbursing. So that's what that's what this income is from. So this was my Sam's renewal. So my Sam's membership renewed this month. So this was my membership and an additional membership for my brother. So he I got money from my sinking funds, and then he also contributed as well, his portion. So that's that. So then this is the side hustle income that I was able to make. I did a big batch of shirts for my cousin, and so I'm just trying to do some side hustle stuff here and there. I think we're doing another craft show or two this month as well, so we kind of have a busy month actually for weekends anyway. It's gonna be, hopefully it won't be a bust this time. We'll be able to make some money, some decent money. That's what I'm hoping for, because I could use a little bit of extra cash this month actually. So if I do make any extra cash, I'd love to put it towards debt, because I think in June I may not have what I would like to put towards debt. So yeah, so this side hustle income, it was $162 after I paid back what was expenses. So that's what I netted out, was $162. So that was what I could contribute to the budget this month and help with anything that we needed to spend and save. So I did purchase my mom some medical supplies. Where were they? I think they were diabetic syringes, like the syringes for insulin or whatever. So it was $17.79 on Amazon, and so I got reimbursed $17.79. We did take our trip to Washington, and this was, we pulled $993 from my husband's paycheck to put into the budget for, to go towards the trip. So we took half of it out of mine and half of it out of his, and that's what you see here. Then this $28 was also my husband giving me some money to put into the budget for, out of his side hustle money, for some shirts that we're getting done at the embroider for his upcoming car shows. He wanted to get some shirts made, so this is part of that fee. So he was reimbursing me because I paid for it. So he made some side hustle income, so that came out of his side hustle income for the budget. So that was that. So for bills, we only had one bill to pay, and that was Hulu, and that was $3.24. So that came in on target. We'll jump over to savings here real quick. So savings, we always save our usual $125, and that was saved. And sinking funds, the only thing we saved this month, because we wanted to make that debt payment of $1,000. That was our goal. And so I only contributed $46 to my sinking funds this month. Normally I contribute anywhere from $300 to $500. And I made the executive decision to not save in my sinking funds this month and only save for our quarterly trash bill. So that was $46. So that was saved. I did invest $10 into my SoFi IRA. That's just an automatic withdrawal. So it's just $10. I'm just contributing a little bit here and there when I can. So for debt. Loan number 2, which is my student loans, payment was $283. Discover, we paid $605.59 on this paycheck. My TJ Maxx credit card was $106.08. That was the balance, and that's now paid in full. My Academy card, that was for the canopy we used for the craft shows. That was $51.41, and that paid that card in full. So now we no longer have that payment. My Care credit card, that was $232.19. And I just paid the final balance in June, and that was $232.19. So this Care credit debt is now paid off. This TJ Maxx credit card is now paid off. Academy is paid off, and we got a new medical bill here. So, oh my God, I don't even remember how much it is, but it's the monthly payment is going to be $10.72. This was the last of my medical bills from November that finally came through after insurance settled out, and I think it's an additional $200 or $300. So they finally settled it out, and because it's been so long, they wanted to try and send it to collections. So instead of sending it to collections, I went ahead and just paid it, so that can buy me a little bit more time to pay that. So it's, I want to say it's like 200 and something, the balance on it. I'll update it on my June budget. I'll let you guys know, but the monthly payment is $10.72. I kind of needed to do this in a rush because of what they were trying to do, and I didn't want it to go to collections and get charged off because it's just a couple $100. So I did intend on paying it, but I was just going back and forth with insurance and stuff. So finally, it's what it should be. So yeah, so that's going to be additional $10.72. So now I have 2 medical bills that I'm paying for, I think it's $53.94, and then this $10.72, and they're no interest, so it'll just be for, a little while. But I may go ahead and pay this next month. I'm not sure yet. I need to sit down and look at everything and see what I want to do. So that was a total of $1,288.99 that was paid on paycheck number 2 in debt. So yay, that was great. So for variables, groceries, we budgeted $400, and as you can see, we went over $12.65. Eating out, and I want to say this was mostly, I really know what this is. This was mostly attributed to having 2 birthdays in 1 month. We did do like a little special extra birthday dinner for my husband to celebrate his birthday. So we did go over a little bit because we bought extra stuff that we didn't initially plan for, and that was probably my fault. But we went ahead and just bit the bullet, and we're like, oh well. So $12.65 over, I still think isn't bad. We were under budget in eating out anyway, so we were $67 under budget. So, I'm okay with that. So between those two, food just in general, we were under budget $54.42. So I'll take that. Most of the eating out that went on this paycheck was pretty much our vacation, which I separated. So everything that was related to our vacation to Washington is separated in this line item here. I took it out of our regular spending because it isn't normal spending that we did. It was something totally, not normal, not in our normal routine. So I didn't want to bundle it in there and then it get lost in the shuffle. I really did want to know how much we spent, so that we could keep it separate and just know. So that's why I kept it separate. So this would have been our normal eating out budget for the, paycheck period, and we barely touched it. So that's good. For gas, I budgeted $75, spent $65.25, and that was also a little bit more gas because we made, the long trip, the long journey to the airport. We don't live close by to the airport. The airport's over an hour away from us, from where we live. So we had a journey up there, journey back. So that was, related to that. I would think normally I don't think I'm spending this much in gas, but this paycheck period we did, but I was still under budget, $9.75 for pets. So last paycheck I budgeted money for dog food, but we ended up being able to hold out until this paycheck. So at the beginning of this paycheck, I did have to buy a new bag of dog food, and probably next paycheck I won't need to. It'll probably be the last paycheck of the month that I'll be needing to buy her a bag of dog food. She's just not eating as much as she used to. I don't know if she's not hungry, if she's still a little bit depressed. She seems like she's having more of an appetite, but she's just not eating what she used to eat. So she's eating less, and then sometimes she doesn't want to eat. She'll go without eating for like a whole day. So we just kind of let her free feed and eat when she wants, and we just try to keep her bowl full. So I did rebudget $51 for this paycheck because I knew I would need to buy some, and I ended up getting her something different at Sam's, which ended up being $41.59. So we saved $9.41 because I bought a different kind of food. We were buying her something different. They didn't have it, so I had to resort to plan B, and that was Sam's. And so I went to go see what they had and found something that I thought she would like, and so far she loves it. So we'll see how that goes, and if so, then we'll be able to bring this budget down a little bit to $41.59 or somewhere similar. So hopefully that works. For beauty, to get my lashes done, that was $65. For spending, I did allow myself $24 in spending because I did want to make this Discover goal to make that debt payment. So I gave myself less spending money. And as you can see, I overspent, and that was $33.56. So I went ahead and, I did overspend, and I knew that I was overspending, but I also knew that I had that extra side hustle income to be able to spend the money. So that is why I went ahead and just spent the money. Clothing, I did buy, I think it was my husband. I bought my husband new work clothes. It was new work clothes a couple of weeks ago, and so that was how much I spent, and that was some Dickies work pants and shirts from Walmart, and that was $64.89. Hey, Dickies are expensive. I don't remember them being so expensive. I feel like they've gotten more expensive and cheaper quality. Like, I just had to fix one of his belt loops today on his shorts that I literally just bought him a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know. But anyways, car maintenance was $100.26. So I just bought some different stuff for my car for the inside. Bought some stuff that I needed, like an armrest cover, because my car is over 10 years old that I'm driving right now. And I bought a couple of things for it. It desperately needed some new hubcaps, so I got that. That was the bulk of the purchase. I think that was somewhere around $60. Then I got the armrest cover. That was another, I think, $15 or something like that. And then what else did I get? I got a couple of other small things, but it ended up being right at $100, which is what I had in my sinking fund. So that is what I deposited here in my, where is it at? Oh, you know what? I think I had, I deposited money in the bank from my sinking fund. Where is it at? Oh, you know what? I think I used my, I think I did not deposit the money because I used the cash on our trip. Because I couldn't get to the bank in time, because our bank is has all their ATMs closed down. They're updating all of the ATMs. They're putting in new ones. So they have every single ATM to this bank down. So if you're not able to make it during banking hours, which I normally am not, you can't do any banking. So I couldn't deposit the cash. So I just held on to the cash for our trip and used that kind of like as spending money instead of putting everything on my card in case we needed something quick. So I used my side hustle income of $162 to offset that instead of depositing the cash. That's what happened. That's why you don't see it on there. Otherwise, I would have deposited it in the bank. So Alaska Air, this was the last of our airfare that we needed to pay for the upgrades for our flights. This was actually what we spent while on vacation, and we'll go through the spending later. It was mostly food related because we just pretty much ate out the entire week that we were there, and everything is about double the price of what it is in Texas. So we were definitely not ready for that. And then we had to unexpectedly get a rental car because they canceled our first flight. We had to get on a different flight, and then we had to get a rental car because my daughter was no longer going to be able to drive to Seattle from her base to pick us up after all, because that would have made her late to work. So we went ahead and just told her, hey, we'll just get a rental car and it'll be fine, and we'll just, we'll get there on our own. So that was super last minute. Otherwise we would have planned for that and paid for that in advance. So that kind of popped up as well. So otherwise we would have spent a lot less. I think we spent right under $2,000 for everything, but I had already previously paid for our flights in a previous month. So we kind of just needed to have the cash for spending. So that's, pretty much food, rental car, and gas, and any little bit of spending that we did, which really wasn't much. So this was the embroidery for the shirts. This was my Sam's renewal for the membership for the year. This is for our upcoming vacation in Dallas, but I already told you guys that we have reimbursement for that, so we're not really paying for that part. And then my FSA reimbursement for the syringes that I bought for my mom. So let's just get into the expenses real quick here. We're already about 25 minutes into this video. But so this was the clothes I bought for my husband, and that was I think, what did I say, work shirts and work shorts for him to be working outside on his cars. I did get a crate at Walmart for the craft shows that we're doing, just for some display stuff. So this was what I was talking about for my car, the armrest cover. So it was $18. Okay, that's what it was. Oh, that's what I bought. Yeah, from Amazon. So it was $82.12, and that was for the total for the hubcaps that I bought for the car, and for kind of like a little key fob, not actually a key fob, but it's a key fob cover. So it was like a keychain, so like a ring to put your keys on, a little like wristlet, and then the actual cover for the key for the car to protect it. So I went ahead and got that. This was for the balance of our flights for the upgrade, so that was $179.90. And let me tell you guys, that was so worth it, because we definitely needed that extra room on our way over there. We didn't get it on the way back, we got it on the way over there because we were flying so early in the morning, and we were just tired and wanted to just continue sleeping. We had to get up at like 2 in the morning. Then we found out they canceled our flights. Then we had to make different arrangements, and then we went back to sleep for a couple hours, then got up and then traveled, and still got there in the afternoon. It was like a 6-hour flight from Houston to Seattle. It was just a really long day. So I'm definitely really glad we got that. So I would have paid for that on the way back too if we could have gotten it, but the flight was full, so we couldn't upgrade. But we'll definitely keep that in mind for the next time we go up there, if she's still up there when we go back. This was $106.08 for my TJ Maxx credit card to pay that off. This was half of the balance on my Care credit card. The other balance is paid in June. And then loan number 2, that's my student loan, that's my monthly minimum payment. And then Discover, that was $605.59. That was to complete my goal of $1,000 to pay towards Discover, and paying that down got me down to $6,000 with Discover to start June. So that was great. I surpassed my goal. Academy was paid $51.41. This hadn't even posted to my credit card yet, my statement yet. I just went ahead and paid it because it was only $51 and I had it in my budget, and I just went ahead and took care of it. And this is, we're using the canopy tent for the craft shows that we're going to try to do this summer to generate some side hustle income. $15 was my contribution to my uncle's funeral flowers that we purchased for the family. That was $15. This was sinking fund saved for the trash bill. That's paid quarterly. That's $46. $33.75 was gas. That was, one of the gas purchases for me to go back and forth to work, and that's about normally how much it is to fill up. So we spent $178.19 on groceries, and I think actually our grocery budget, well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but my grocery budget in June will probably be a little bit lower because we did do that meat stock up on paycheck number 1 in May. So we still have plenty with everybody being out of town. So we still have plenty for June. So we did have to get odds and ends, and that's what this is here. We're kind of just out of everything. So that was $178.19. We saved $125 for our house savings. This was me getting breakfast one day to go to work, $4.43, and that was for a coffee and a breakfast sandwich. This was $10 for my SoFi IRA contribution. This was $27.77 for the embroidery for the car show shirts that my husband wanted to get done. This was $4.86 for Wendy's. This was, I believe this was, I think lunch or something. I just got like a quick sandwich. $41.59. Well, oh yeah, I did. I got I think I got breakfast actually. I think I got breakfast this day because I was running around doing errands. I went to Sam's. I think I went to Sam's. I went to like their embroidery place. I did a couple of things this day, and I was just out and about, and I got really hungry, so I just stopped and got something. Sam's, this was the dog food, $41.59. I shipped the shirts that I did for the side hustle income, so that was $18.24 in shipping. This was the syringes that I purchased on Amazon, and I got reimbursed from my flex spending account from work. That was $17.79. We spent another $101.30 for groceries at Kroger and $59.44 for additional groceries at Kroger. You can see these were like in one weekend, and that was due to my husband's. This was like regular grocery shopping, and then like my husband's birthday, so we had to go back and get some more stuff. So that was $59.44. I got my lashes done. That was $65. We had to pay for airport parking because I don't know how, but I forgot to book our airport parking. So the night before, I booked it, and the cheapest I could find was $59.01 for the whole entire week that we were gone. So that was okay. $3.24 for Hulu, $10.72 for the new medical bill. Okay, so this is where we kind of get into our vacation spending. So our rental car came out to $642.81 because my husband kept saying yes to everything when I had already set it up, and it should have been only about $300. It was $307.62 is how much it should have been, and it ended up being an additional $335 because he just couldn't say no. So I blamed that one on him, but so we just had to pay it. It was too late, so we just have to pay it, and that's lesson learned to him. He's not handling that next time. I go to the restroom, come back, and it's now a $642 bill that we can't take back. So, which we didn't even realize right away. I didn't know that he said yes to all of those things until we got like the settlement on the bill, and they settled us up when we turned it in and sent the final receipt. And then I saw it and just about had a heart attack. So I'm like, we did not budget for that. Like, yes, we have the money, but we didn't plan on spending that. So, I mean, my husband was upset with himself, but he knows better now for next time. Don't say yes. I already had taken care of all of that. All he had to do was get the keys. So this was $8 for Wi-Fi on the airplane. I did some homework for like my budget, and I was just paying bills and like just kind of like just to pass the time. So we went ahead and just got it. My husband, we like shared it half the time and half the time. So that was $8. The first, I think it was it the first day? I want to say it was like the first day we got there. We got ice cream, and that was $10.90 at Dairy Queen one night when we were in Washington. This was $9.58 for Starbucks at the airport in the morning before we left. $50 we spent at Applebee's for dinner. This was the first day we got there. We got there right off of our flight. We drove to where my daughter is at, to her apartment, and we were starving hungry because we hadn't ate since the morning, and that was $50. So that was $50 for dinner, and then we got ice cream after that for a late night treat, and that was $10.90. So that's kind of how that went. And this was breakfast in the morning for coffee, which I'm gonna tell you, I got Starbucks because I was excited because I never buy Starbucks. I got a Starbucks at the airport going, I got a Starbucks at the airport coming back, and I was just severely disappointed. The drinks were terrible. I mean, I drank it because I needed the caffeine and I wanted something, but I just did not enjoy my drinks. I don't know what it was, but they were not good, and they were some of the new drinks that have come out, and I thought, you know, looking at the description of the flavors, that they would have been more flavorful or tasteful or something, and they were not. They were terrible. So I was really disappointed because it was $9.58. I would have much rather had McDonald's. So yeah, I'm not doing Starbucks anymore. It was too much for it not to taste good at all. So the next day we got dinner at McDonald's, and that was $21.83. Then we actually went to a little island by where she lives, and we went and we just parked the car and we walked around for the whole day. For like, it was like the afternoon. We spent the day in nature, walking around. We went to like the marina. We went just like little coffee shops and boutiques that they had in the area. So we just basically spent the whole day outside walking around. So we paid $13.60 to park our car. The next day we went out for breakfast and took my daughter out for breakfast, and that was $100. But the view of this place was amazing. I can't even like describe to you guys the view. It was so worth it. The food was great. The food was excellent. So it was really, really good. This was kind of like her birthday, my husband's birthday, kind of just like a big deal kind of family outing type deal. And we just sat there and talked for a couple of hours, enjoyed the view, drank a lot of coffee, ate our breakfast, and we just kind of sat there for a while and just, you know, talked. So it was great. It was a good time. Let's see. I bought my daughter a couple of things while I was there, just some small things, with rewards that I had, and a gift card that I had saved from cashing out rewards on my credit card. So I bought her a spice rack. So it's magnetic and it can like go on the side of her fridge. So she has a small 1-bedroom apartment, and she has like 0 storage for anything, and the cabinets are so tall in her apartment that she can't even reach them. So she doesn't really use them because she can't reach them. So I got her this magnetic spice rack to put on the side of her fridge, and she had exactly, and I think it also has a paper towel holder. So it was kind of a combo thing. So that was like really money well spent. I liked it so much. I'm kind of thinking about getting one for the house, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But anyways, it was $15.29. I got her a bag of trash bags for her restroom and bedroom trash cans. She has like, you know, those little small 4-gallon trash cans. So I got her a bag of trash bags because I did clean her apartment while I was there, because you know, a couple of days we just stayed in. We didn't do anything. We didn't go anywhere. We wanted to just relax and chill and just kind of just lounge. So we did that. And so one of the days I just kind of spent picking up, you know, cleaning up, washing, you know, doing her laundry, stuff like that. So I noticed that she was out of trash bags, so I just ordered some trash bags quick on Amazon so we wouldn't have to go to the store, and that was $3.95 for a bag. And then I cashed in some rewards to offset some of the spending, and that was $14.40. So then I bought some Nespresso coffees for my house for when we came back, and that was $34.50. My renewal for Sam's for $95. I actually paid $1.78 for my mom, something she shipped on Shopify for somebody, and somehow it got charged to my card. That was $1.78. We did buy, when we were there, we did buy a couple of grocery items from Safeway while we were there. This is actually in the wrong color, but this was actually $23.37. What did we buy? We bought like ketchup and like just some eggs and some stuff like that too. Make breakfast while we were there, so we didn't have to go out every single day for breakfast. So a couple of the days that we were there, like half the time, we cooked in the morning and then ate out dinner only, so we could save a little bit of money because everything was so expensive. You can see, as it was for the 3 of us to eat something, it was $100. For the 2 of us to eat something, it was $50. So it was kind of pricey. Then I got her also on Amazon, I got her a pencil cup. It was like an acrylic clear, pretty. It was actually 2 pencil cups. It was a 2-pack for her desk, and that was $6.87. Then another night we ended up getting 2 cheeseburgers only, just 2 burgers at Jack in the Box, and it was $18.21. Just 2 burgers, no fries, no drink. It was $18.21. Then, so this day first we went to breakfast, and that was at IHOP, and that was for the 3 of us to eat at IHOP. It was $80. Then after that, she went to work and we went back home, and then decided we wanted to go watch the new Planet of the Apes movie and, you know, kind of do like a little date night. So we went to the movies, and that was $55.17 for the movie and popcorn. Then after that, we were a little bit hungry, but not too much. So we just got 2 cheeseburgers, no fries, no drink at Jack in the Box afterwards. Then we went back to her apartment. Oh, actually, we went to the mall. So we went to the mall because I had a Macy's gift card that I wanted to use to buy her a couple of things if I could. I think it was $25. And so this was the balance of what I had to pay out of my own pocket, which was after the gift card. It was, we got her a salad spinner and like a personal size blender with like different attachments and stuff. And that was $12.11 that I paid out of my pocket for the balance of it that didn't get covered by the gift card. So that was good. We did get some desserts and some eggs at Trader Joe's, and that was $15.85. This was later on after that day. And then I cashed in $250 from my American Express card in rewards that apparently I thought it was a mistake. So I called them before I, paid my bill, because I wasn't sure that the credit was mine, because I wasn't expecting anything. They said it was like a promotional thing. If I spent so much within so much time, that I would be eligible for a $250 credit. So yay. So I went ahead and put that towards our vacation, and that was unexpected money. So I went ahead and cashed in those rewards, and we were able to put that towards our vacation. So that was $250. I guess you could say this was also side hustle income, because this was unexpected. But yeah, we earned $250, so that was great. Came in handy. This was gas for the rental car at the end of the week. So the tank of gas lasted us the whole week, because we really didn't go very far or do anything. There was only one day where we actually ventured into Seattle to go eat, and you'll see that further down below. But yeah, this was gas at the end of the week before we went to the airport the next day to turn it in, and it was $67.88 for gas. Gas there was almost $5 a gallon, and we were driving a 4Runner, which they also upgraded for us at the rental car place, but it was a piece of junk. Like, the car charger didn't even work on it. It was dirty. Like, it was just not good, you guys. I don't really have anything nice or positive to say about it, other than it got us from point A to point B. It drove like it needed an alignment, like the steering wheel was shaky and it wasn't straight. I don't know, so much stuff wrong with it. But it was $67.88 to fill it up. So at least the gas in it lasted us all week. This was $31.50 for gas when we came back. The day we came back, because when we drove up there, we were low on gas. I didn't have time to put gas in the car before we went to the airport, so we had to put gas when we came back so that I could get to work the very next day. So that was $31.50. This was where we went to go eat in Seattle. It was $80.47 for some Mexican food and some tamales to bring home for breakfast for the next couple of days. So that was actually $40 for us to eat out. Just me and my husband, 2 plates, and I guess each plate was about $20. Kind of expensive. And then the tamales were $39.62. So this is my husband's friend's parents that own this restaurant in Seattle, and so we decided to take a trip out there to go to the restaurant and just take a scenic drive, because it is very beautiful to drive out that way. Then it was $49. I want to say, was this that same day or was it the next day? I don't remember, but it was $49 to eat. We ate dinner at Red Robin one day. Then it was $13.83 for the Starbucks breakfast. So this was a coffee and a breakfast sandwich the day that we came home. And then $26.30, we bought some sandwiches and snacks for the flight home, because we knew it was going to be another long day. So we left her apartment about 6:30 in the morning, and we didn't get home from the airport in Houston until about 7 in the evening. So we were traveling all day. So we bought some sandwiches to kind of hold us out for the flight and until we could get back home. So yeah, so we didn't eat anywhere else out after that morning breakfast. We came home and ate at home. So I was also able to cash out some more rewards from my Capital One from, spending and paying bills. So that was $31.15. So I went ahead and cashed that out and put that towards vacation as well. And then I was able to cash in my normal rewards from my American Express card, and that was $20.62. So that was, I was able to cash in quite a bit of rewards to put it towards vacation. So that was great. $875 we spent. That was the 28th. Was this? What day was this? The 28th. Oh, that was Tuesday. Oh, this was breakfast. So this was this week when I went to work. I was trying to remember what happened here, because I normally don't pay that much at McDonald's, but this was actually breakfast. It was buy one get one free breakfast sandwiches. So I got 2 breakfast sandwiches and a coffee, and it was $8.75. So it was like 4 something for the breakfast sandwiches, and then the rest of it, like $3, 3 something, was for the coffee. So then that same day we went out to lunch, and that was $14.89. Didn't eat out the rest of the week. And then this was for the reservation for the house for the rental for the weekend, for next weekend. And then $71.21 was the car show tickets that we need to get for the car show next weekend. So that was it for spending. We're at 46 minutes on this video. It's kind of really long, so I guess I'll cut it off there. We did very good, I think, for the month of May. So I'll just really quick go in here for the summary of the month. So for the summary of the month, you know, we did end the month at $54.38. We started with rollover of $252.86. So overall for income for the month, we spent we brought in $6,496.30. Expenses we paid out was $3,558.03. Then for bills, we paid $755.49 in bills. We managed to pay $2,075 on debt, and we saved $296, and we invested $10. So all in all, I think that was a pretty good month. We were only in the red on 2 categories here, and that was for groceries. So overall for the month, we budgeted $800, and we were over $123.04. I know on paycheck number 1, that was attributed to just being out of everything. And then we did the Big Sam's haul on the first paycheck of the month. Then on this second paycheck of the month, we had some birthdays, and that just also made us go over some. So I think all in all for May, I think for next year, this will be a reminder for me to just budget a little extra this month in May for next year, so that, you know, we can make sure we meet those goals, because we haven't been going over budget in the last few months. We've been under budget, if anything. So that is just a reminder to remember to budget just a little bit more for that month. So eating out this month, we budgeted $157. We were $56.27 under budget. Gas, I budgeted $150, and we were under budget $26.37 overall for gas. Now for pets, I budgeted $102, but we only spent $41, so we were definitely under budget $60.41. So that was great. Beauty, I was right on target, $160. For spending, I budgeted $104, spent $20.69 over. For vacation, I had budgeted $160.48, and that came out good. Birthday, I did buy my daughter some stuff when we went on another trip before. That was $26.28, and that was on target. Clothing, that was what I bought my husband some clothes. That was $64.89. Car maintenance, we spent $100.26. For Alaska Air, for the airfare upgrades, that was $170.90. For our vacation was $1,021.77. And I think overall for that trip, I calculated we came in right under $2,000 for that trip. And if it wasn't for the second half of the rental car, we probably could have came out with maybe about $1,600 of money spent on the actual trip itself. And that was airfare, food, rental car, everything included, parking at the airport, gas in the rental, like that would have been everything included. So I still don't think that was too bad. We did anticipate spending more than what we did, but I'm glad that it came out what it did, at least. So that was good. We got some shirts embroidered for $27.77. Our Sam's membership renewed, and that came out of our sinking fund for $95. Then we have our additional vacation that, you know, this is reimbursed from my friends. That was $399.21, so basically $400. I got my FSA reimbursement. That was $17.79. So we'll just go over here to debt real quick. So we'll just jump over to bills real quick. So all the bills came in on target. Nothing was over budget. Everything came in just like it was supposed to. So that was great. Savings, we already talked about that. We were only able to save $46 in our sinking funds this month, and $250 to our house account. So our investments was only $10 as usual. And for debt, let's talk about debt, because that's the real big highlight for this month, I think, was loan number 1, because my statement date, I went ahead and changed the due date to the second of the month. So that ended up postponing any payment needing to be made for the month of May. So I went ahead and skipped the payment this month because this is a no interest balance anyway. It's a balance transfer. So I went ahead and skipped it and put all that money towards my Discover card. So with the money that I didn't save, with, you know, even including all the spending vacations that we did, even including not paying my loan number one, which is my credit card balance transfer, I was able to contribute $1,105.59 to my Discover card, and that brought the balance down to $6,000. So I am so happy with that. I'm glad I had that goal this month and I was able to meet that and get it done. So that was great. So this is my 6th medical bill. This is my Payza number 6, and that was $53.94. Our TJ Maxx credit card was also paid in full, $231.08. So that was paid off this month. My Macy's credit card, the balance was $107.33, and that is now paid in full. So this is paid in full. This is paid in full. My loan number 2, which is my student loan, that is $283 minimum payment. That was made. My Academy card, that is now paid off in full. That's $51.41. My Care Credit, I owed one more payment, and that was paid now in June. So as of June, that's now paid. But we made half of the payment, and that was $232.19. So had we not had to make these extra debt payments, all of that money would have went to Discover. So that would have been an even better month. But June, I think, will be a little bit better because we won't have to make all those payments. So we'll see how that goes in June. And then my new medical bill, which is Payza number 7, and that is $10.72. So that was everything for May. So all in all, I think May was a pretty good month considering everything that we had going on. We weren't too bad in the red. So overall, as far as budgeted goes versus actual, we were actually only over 68 cents as far as variables go and spending. So I'll take that. I will take that. We did exceed our loan, our actual debt payments. I wanted to make a $1,000 Discover payment just in particular. That was my goal, and I ended up making even more than that. So that was great. Now, we weren't able to save as much in sinking funds, but that's okay. We'll make that up in the next couple of months because we won't have all these other debt payments to pay. So that will help us out. And I know we'll have some months where we're not traveling and doing all this crazy stuff. So I'm hoping that I'll have time and money to catch up and make some real significant debt payments in the future. So yeah, so that's it, guys. All this variable spending, just to summarize real quick, this video is going to be kind of long. All my spending I usually spend, which is also linked in the description of my videos. My spending is done. I'm kind of like a cashless budgeter. I save money in cash in my sinking funds, but my house savings account, this is just a transfer from one account to another account. I don't actually save that money in cash because I transfer it to my high yield savings. So I do have a Wealthfront high yield savings account that is making me 5% in interest every single month. And so this is kind of like our emergency fund, but we just contribute religiously. I contribute, my husband contributes, we all contribute to this account every single paycheck. We pay ourselves first. And then sinking funds is just extra. If I have it to save, I will save. So this pays for a lot of things, mainly like bills and upcoming things, stuff like that, car maintenance, whatever. But this month I made the decision not to save to pay debt. So I think a lot of people will agree with that. And if you don't, well, we can agree to disagree. But I will need to eventually catch these up, back up. But at least this is actually a bill. This is our trash bill that we're saving for, our quarterly trash bill that's going to be due right now in June. So I did need to make that payment in June. So I did want to just go ahead and just save at least that. So that is what, so normally these variable expenses, like all this right here, bills and everything, all that is paid for with my 2 credit cards. I have an American Express Blue Cash Preferred, and on that card I pay subscriptions, groceries, and gas because it gives me the most rewards back. On my Capital One Saver Rewards card, that's my other card that I use, my Capital One Saver Rewards credit card, that one pretty much earns me interest on every single thing else. So regular everyday spending, sometimes there's even promotional things like when you shop online and you pay with your card, you're eligible for even additional cash back. So I actually have like 2 ways I can cash in rewards, and that's on daily spending. I can actually cash in rewards every single day. It's constantly generating rewards. I just kind of let it build up to like, $15-20 and then cash it in. Usually pretty much once a paycheck. And then I also can generate rewards with the online shopping rewards section. And for that, you have to have, I think you have to have a minimum of $20 in order to cash that one out. So because I had enough in there, and I actually checked it yesterday, I think I have like $5 already in there. So you can get 2 different kinds of rewards with the Capital One Savor Rewards card. Now, both cards do have a $95 annual fee, but that fee pays for itself in just a couple of months. So I'm okay with that. I do like the Capital One card in particular because it does have because a while back, so the reason I switched to this method is because a while back I was just constantly having fraud on my account, and that was just me paying bills and occasional spending. I just kept getting hacked. I don't know if it was the bank or if it was the places I was shopping at, because I don't even like really shop in person. It's all online. So I don't know what happened, but I kept having to get a new debit card, and I kept having to change and update all my accounts because I pretty much have everything on auto pay. There's not really anything that I really manually go in and pay, I think, other than my water bill. I think that's the only thing I actually pay myself is my water bill. Everything else is automatically on auto pay. So it's just a pain in the butt to have to update everything every time. So I got tired of that, and I found that the Capital One card has a virtual credit card. So you have a separate credit card number to shop online with, and you can tell it that you only want it to be a one-time use credit card number, because then if you get hacked, they can't use that credit card again. So I now use that card for any shopping online that I do. I don't use my American Express card. I only use it for those certain things, like I said. My Capital One card, I will create like a virtual card number just for like a one-time use if I'm shopping online somewhere. This way my actual card number is not ever out there to get hacked. You do have a virtual card number, like a general virtual card number that you can use to, you know, pay bills online and stuff like that. But you also have the option to create just a single virtual card for each bill too. So I have done that. So this way, if any just one card number gets hacked, it's just a virtual card number. I don't have to actually get a new physical card. I can just say this has been hacked. You know, they'll flag it for fraud, and I just create a new virtual card number. So it doesn't mess up all my bills. It only messes up that one. So I really, really like it. It's been working out great for me. I haven't had any issues since I switched to doing it this way. And so what happens is I will spend and pay bills and everything on my card, and then I will come and update my budget, and then I will highlight it in yellow, and yellow means that's my Capital One card, and then blue means that's my American Express card, because you know Amex is blue, and my Capital One card is like orange or something, but I don't really like orange, so I just picked yellow. But yeah, so anything in yellow is my Capital One card, so I tally it all up and pay my card in full every single week. Then my blue card is American Express, and I do the same thing, tally up the total and pay my card back that balance. So my balance is constantly being paid down to zero as I'm going through the month. So I never, even though those cards do incur interest, I'm not ever incurring interest because I'm paying my card back in full every single time. So the white is bank spending, so money that I paid for my actual bank account, not on my credit card. So that is like, credit card payments, debt payments, any cash spending or saving, stuff like that. So that is basically how I do my budget for the month. And these ones are in different colors because I made multiple payments towards them with, reimbursing and cashing rewards and all that. So that's why that's in different colors. But this is like normally what it looks like for me is yellow, white, and blue. So just in case you guys were wondering, but everything is linked down below in my description. So you guys stay tuned for another video for June. We'll talk about the June budget next. Stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next video, and happy June budgeting. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.